Hello everyone, in this video I will walk you through how to land a job with JD Irving. JD Irving is just one of the many owners of different Irving companies here in the Atlantic. You have to note, guys, you have to consider that every single Irving company in the Atlantic is owned by different Irving family. The Irving family has got their hands in logistics, in production, manufacturing, tissue, diapers, potatoes, farming, real estate, etc., etc. They are huge, and certainly this company, which is called the JD Irving Company, is one of the biggest Irving companies that has been established here in the Atlantic. The Irving Group, or the JD Irving Group, has got many verticals: Midland Transport, Sunbury Transport, the Irving Tissue, the Irving Diaper, the Irving, there are so many Irvings that is under the JD Irving conglomerate, and all of these companies are actually able to support you when it comes to PR pathway. There are many PNPs, or Provincial Nominee Programs, in the Atlantic where JD Irving is eligible to sponsor. And guys, mind you, they do sponsor international applicants, work permit holders, international students, post-graduation work permit holders. This company and its verticals, they sponsor applicants when it comes to PR pathways. So the various PR pathways and PNPs that JD Irving is eligible for are the Atlantic Immigration Program. There is the New Brunswick Skilled Worker. There is the NB, or the New Brunswick Critical Worker Program. In Nova Scotia, they are also eligible to sponsor various applicants that they employ. There is the Nova Scotia Skilled Worker Program, the Nova Scotia Atlantic Immigration Program, the PEI, or the Prince Edward Island, has got various PNPs, and of course, this company is also available in Newfoundland and Labrador. As a matter of fact, this company also operates in Saskatchewan, in Manitoba, and parts of the US. But then if you will be employed in the US, and therefore they cannot sponsor you here in Canada. That's how big and how great this company is. Now, the question is, how do you apply and how do you land a job at JD Irving? And this is exactly what we need to talk about right now. To give you an idea on how encompassing and how immense the JD Irving Group is, the different companies or verticals under the JD Irving Group are the St. John Shipbuilding, JDI Logistics, Irving Woodlands, Atlantic Towing, Kent Homes, Sunbury Transport Limited, Irving Consumer, Cavendish, NBM Railways, Brunswick News, Lake Utopia, Woodside Industries, Irving Tissue, Halifax Shipyard, Resolute Forest Products, Clearwater Construction, Midland Transport, and Marine Fabricators. These are immense. 2, 4, 6. These are about 20 companies under the JD Irving companies. And could you imagine, targeting jobs under this company means that you have a clear path to your PR pathway. Again, if you are from Ontario, BC, Alberta, trying to look for a PR pathway, do not ever miss to work or search and apply for jobs under the JD Irving. If you will go to questjobs.online and search for Irving in all of the categories at that portal, you will find that they are hiring for different positions, which are from rank and file, which are the low position jobs, up to the highest position jobs, which are the directors of the various companies that they have. The different jobs, actually, for example, they are looking for yard associates for Kent. Kent is a hardware company wherein if you need a construction material, you just go to Kent. And Kent is a huge company operating here in the Atlantic. If you will find or look at the yard associate job description, it's very basic. They are not asking for a bachelor's degree. They actually are just asking for some education, a high school education. You are able to lift certain kilograms while you're working. You don't have to have any kind of special certification. They require just basic requirements. The JD Irving Group, again, is one of the biggest employers here in the Atlantic, and there are various PR pathways wherein they can sponsor you on. One of the most popular one is or pathway is the Atlantic Immigration Program. Just to give you an idea, the Atlantic Immigration Program essentially is comprised of the 4 different provinces here in the Atlantic. That's Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, and PEI. And JD Irving has got operations in all of those provinces. If you receive a job offer in any of those locations, then you can be sponsored by this company for the Atlantic Immigration Program. This company is eligible to sponsor you under that PR pathway. The Atlantic Immigration Program has got thousands of companies designated to sponsor an applicant. Another provincial nominee program where JDI is eligible for is the New Brunswick Critical Worker Program. The Critical Worker Program is somewhat a smaller version of AIP. Now, the Critical Worker Program has got just 5 companies designated under this pathway, and JDI is one of them. Meaning, if you get unemployment, if you are hired by JDI, then your next option is to be nominated or to be sponsored for your PR pathway under the NB Critical Worker Program. The 5 companies under the NB Critical Worker Program are Group Savoie, Westco, Cook Aquaculture, there's a JDI, and the last one is McCain Foods. The third possible PNP where the JD Irving could possibly sponsor you on is the New Brunswick Skilled Worker Program. The beautiful thing with the New Brunswick Skilled Worker Program is that they are not restrictive when it comes to tier. You can be a cashier, you can be a food server, you can be a bartender, you can be a yard associate, you can be a director, and you can be eligible under the New Brunswick Skilled Worker Program. And JDI, again, being one of the biggest employers in this province and in this region, can certainly sponsor you under this PNP. And that is the third option for you. Now, you have to remember, guys, as well, that each and every PNP has got its allocation. The more eligible PR pathways a certain company has, the higher the possibility and the probability that you will land that PR pathway. And when it comes to possibilities and probabilities of PNP in Nova Scotia, if you want to move to Nova Scotia, then there is also the Nova Scotia Skilled Worker Program. Guys, you have to remember, JDI is also present in Nova Scotia. They have got offices, yards, they have got warehouses in Nova Scotia, and they are certainly eligible to sponsor applicants in the PR pathway of the Nova Scotia Skilled Worker Program. One of the major requirements of the government, the company should have been operating in Nova Scotia for at least 2 years, and the company should have a good history and background, not maltreating their employees in Nova Scotia. And the third one is they have physical presence in Nova Scotia. All of these boxes are ticked by JDI, thereby making them eligible under this PR pathway. And therefore, I can imagine that there will be people saying that, yeah, I'd really prefer to move to Halifax or to Nova Scotia instead of New Brunswick. And I can understand that. Nova Scotia has more life in it. They have more activities in the province, and that's fine. And if that is your preference, you can also try JD Irving because they are certainly eligible to sponsor you under the Nova Scotia Skilled Worker Program. By the way, guys, if you are a work permit holder, an international student, an international applicant, or a foreign worker inside Canada, I urge you to please visit questjobs.online. This portal is not another LinkedIn, it's not another Indeed. This portal is designed with you in the background, in our minds, thinking, how do we best help you search and land a job in Canada that is able to sponsor you? In questjobs.online, we have categorized each and every job as per the possible peer pathways and the eligible applicants.